Hello and welcome. Now in this first video, what we're going to do is we're going to download our video from the various sites where you might have actually shot it. Now the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go into YouTube, and you're going to want to go to your Creator Studio here. And then you want to go to your Video Manager. Once you do that, what you're going to do is find the video that you want to download. You're going to click this right hand arrow, and then you're just going to click download MP4 video. You're going to download that direct to your hard drive. And then you'll just want to put it someplace where you know it's going to be. Now you may be doing your videos or your webinars on Facebook Live. So we want to be able to do it from there also. So let's now go to Facebook. You want to find a video that you have already shot and done a training or webinar on. And once you find the video where you've shot live, you want to click on the date. That's going to expand it out to a bigger size. You're then going to go to this space where you see those three dots. You're going to see a link there that says download video. Go ahead and click download video. And then you want to rename it for your hard drive. Now if you shoot video to an iPhone, you're going to want to go to your iCloud drive, and then you want to go to the photos area in order to download that video. Okay, once you find the video that you want to download, all you'll need to do is to go to this cloud up there, click that down arrow, and then that's going to bring this file onto your hard drive. Now what you may notice is that if you download a video from Apple, that video is probably going to show an MOV file. Now in some cases you will not be able to use that kind of video inside of your video editing software, and in most cases all you'll really need to do is to change the designation of this video to MP4 in order for it to work. Now it's going to tell you if you change a file extension, your file might become unusable. You might want to change it. In order to use Camtasia and some of the other Windows-based programs, this is going to always happen. So you want to make sure that you do this before you import that video into your video editing software. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in the next video. Hello and welcome. Now in this video, what we're going to do is we're going to import our video into our editing software, and then we're going to strip out the audio. Then we're going to edit the audio for minor inconsistencies that we don't want in the audio. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to find the video that we just pulled in. We're going to import that video, and we're going to do that by finding it on our hard drive. Okay, we're going to find the video that we want to work with, and then we're going to bring it into our editing software. Once we have it in our editing software, then we're going to add it to our timeline. Now what we're going to do here is we're going to separate out the audio, and we're going to do that by just going to one space inside of the program. We're going to click separate audio and video. Then we're going to take out the video. And then we're going to save. Okay, so now we have a saved project. Now what we want to do is we want to work with our audio in the places where we would probably just not want it inside of an audio recording, or we don't want it transcribed. Now obviously what you'd be doing is you'd be listening to the entire audio, but one of the things that you can do is you can take out the beginning piece, you can skip all the way to the end, you can take out the end piece. Now if we're going to actually use this and we're going to actually sell the audio, we want to work with the audio in some way. And so one of the things we're going to do is we're going to record what are called bumpers, and we're going to add a little music, and we're also going to add in just something to brand our business. We're going to record something like a 10 or 15 second clip for the beginning, 10 or 15 second clip for the end, and then we're going to add a little music to it. And in order to do that, all we really need to do is to go inside of the tools area, click voice narration. We're going to mute out our speakers, and then we're just going to record a piece right here. For more information, visit www.google.com. Okay, so then we're going to just save this file. And when we do that, you'll notice that the clip is right there on our timeline. So we're going to move that timeline down a little bit. And we're going to skip all the way to the end. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to record a little piece there. For more information, visit www.google.com. We're going to save our file. And so we've got a clip there at the end. Now, if you have some royalty-free music, and you do want to make sure that you have royalty-free music, you don't want to use anyone's music that you don't have permission to use, you're going to actually pull that music into your editing software. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to pick a short clip that we have, and we're going to draw that in, one that we have royalty-free rights to use. Okay, so we found our royalty-free music. What we're going to do is we're going to add both of these to the timeline. So we're going to add this 10-second clip to the timeline. And you'll notice that it's a little longer than the clip that we have. So what we're going to do is we're going to just master this video a little bit. We're going to cut off that file. And then what we're going to do is we're actually going to lower the volume on the music. And then we're going to fade it out. Then we'll bring our timeline back. And we're going to do something similar at the end. And what we're going to do is we're going to add in our longer clip here. Right, so our music is going to play a little longer at the end. We're going to do a little audio. We're going to fade it in. We're going to fade it out. And we're going to lower the volume. And we're going to let it play near the end. And what you've done now is you have stripped the audio and you've added in some bumpers at the beginning and at the end. Of course, anything that you feel like you want to edit out, you can actually do. Now, when you're inside of a program like Camtasia or even Audacity, one of the things that you can do is you can actually take out some of the imperfections in the actual recording. And one of the ways that you do that is you can take some of the noise out. So you find a silent piece that you give the computer to read. You go to the noise removal section of the timeline, and then you click Enable Noise Removal. Nearly all of the recordings that you do, you could stand to do some noise removal. Now, there are some advanced features where you can remove clicks, and when you hear something that's kind of tapping, you hear a tapping noise, you can actually remove that from your audio, and you can do that by using these features. But now that our audio is basically mastered, we don't have to do a full-blown mastery, but all we've done is we've given it a little more of a professional feel. And now that we're going to actually use this audio in order to sell, we've given it something that'll brand us and give us a professional feeling. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now in this video, we're going to work with the images that we downloaded from Kunaki in order to form a template. Now, one of the things you're going to notice right away is that these images that we downloaded are probably not exactly to our liking in terms of the dimensions. So what we can do is we can take note of the size. In this particular case, you'll notice that this dimension is going to be 1394 by 1394. So we're going to take that dimension and we're actually going to go to our Photoshop. And we're going to design something that's 1394 by 1394. And what we're going to do is we're going to open a new document. And we're just going to make it 1394 by 1394. And we're going to make sure it's a transparent document. And so now what we have is we have the exact square that's actually going to be inside of our CD case or our image case. And this is how we want to design the actual template. What we've been doing is we've been stretching images to fit their template. Now, they've actually given us the size. Now that we have the exact size, we can use this to our advantage to have the dimensions look the way we want. And we're going to create different layers, and we're going to create images that, again, are sized according to the way we want them to be sized. Now, what we can do is we can pull an image into this square. In fact, we can go and get one of the images that are already here, already present. And we're going to paste that image in here. Now, typically, when we already have a Photoshop image, it's going to accommodate the format. And so what we want to do is we want to keep our aspect ratio, but we want to design this format, and we want it to fill out the format in the way that we want it to actually look. Now, again, what we want to do is we want to keep in mind exactly how this format looked. You'll notice how this looked inside of the CD, and we can then design our template in that same way, and we can make it so that it does not look stretched. And so what we're going to do then is we're going to now save this as the format that we actually have. And what you can see here is that when we compare the images, instead of having one that's going to be stretched, we have one that kind of fits the dimensions in the way that we want it to be. So we want to take the dimensions that CreateSpace gives us, we want to design a template, and then we want to draw the images in. And we want to draw those images in at the size that we want them to be so that they will not look stretched. So in each case, you're going to look at the size of the document. For instance, this one is 1500 by 2172. This one is 3236 by 2173. This one is 3236 by 2173. And so we can continue to design our templates according to these sizes, and then we want to then proportion them so that our images will look professional and that they'll be proportional when they actually fit inside of the case. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now in this video we're going to talk about selling on CreateSpace and Amazon, and one of the things that you probably have noticed is that CreateSpace will give you a direct link from CreateSpace to your actual product. So for example, you will have a title URL that you can actually have your customer go to this page and actually purchase your material. Now this could be helpful when you are in a speaking engagement, or you are actually having someone to go to a page where they won't be distracted with lots of other products. And CreateSpace will actually give you that in order for people to order your book. CreateSpace will also allow you to issue discount codes to certain individuals, which you can use this link. And actually, when you're selling on Amazon.com, this could be appropriate. Now, when you're actually using a discount code, you may have a co-author, you may have a contributor, and you want to use those discount codes so that they can actually have people to purchase the book at the author rate. You can actually discount it down to whatever your author rate is. Now, one of the things little known about Amazon is that Kunaki actually has an interface with Kunaki. And as you can see here, Kunaki can manufacture your product, and you can actually have your product drop shipped to Amazon using their FBA program, and that will get your product before people in some of these other venues. Now, the Amazon Advantage program is the one that you'd actually be using in order to become certified to use Kunaki with Amazon. And you need to submit an application to what they call their Amazon Advantage program. And if you Google Amazon Advantage, you'll be able to find this program and find out more about it. But basically, what you'd be able to do is you'd be able to have a hands-free selling process with Kunaki and Amazon. The other thing that you'll want to be aware of is that this is a consignment program, and as such, Amazon charges $99 on an annual basis. So you want to factor that in as to whether or not this is something that you can actually profit from. You want to factor that into every sale you make, in addition to the 55% commission that Amazon is actually going to make, because the Advantage program is actually a consignment program. They're giving you access to their marketplace and you are actually consigning items to them. So in some cases, you may not even own the content. What you're doing is you're consigning it to Amazon. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. So once your work is up and running on CreateSpace, you will want to make sure that you connect to Amazon and get your Amazon Author Central account because of the marketing tools that it makes available. And we're going to go inside of Amazon Author Central and take a look at some of these tools. Now, the Amazon Author account actually allows you to set up a profile that will allow you to share real-time information from some of your social media as well as your blog. For example, you can set up your blog's RSS feed so that whenever you update your blog, your Amazon Central account will be updated. Anytime that you have an event, you can actually do that event and you can update that event inside of your Amazon Author Central. Now, obviously, it should be connected to your book or whatever your subject is, but the point is that the platform gives you the opportunity to set events in front of the people who are going to be coming by looking for information on your topic. Now, the other thing is that you can actually add video to your Amazon Author Central account. You can upload 500 meg of video, and that's quite a bit of video if you want to do a profile or if you want to tell people about what you're going to be talking about in your books. This is a great place for you to be able to do that. Once again, Amazon Author Central is a great tool. Now, one of the other things that you'll notice is that Amazon Author Central is going to give you an author page URL. And you want to do what you can to try to claim your name in Amazon Author Central. You want to get your first and last name, and so that even if you're not writing at the time, you want to go in and try to claim your Author Central account as close to your name as you can so that you will always have the brand when you actually start writing. So simply just go in and add to each one of these sections, and you can actually fill up this section with everything that you're actually doing, and you can have all these things updating while you are doing them from the actual feed. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video.